Thank you so much for your kind introduction. And it's very difficult, let's say when you're playing cricket, if you have to come after Virat Kohli. So after Prem's, presentation, I was actually feeling quite nervous there because, a standard has been set. So my today's discussion essentially is what it actually says. I have a dream. I have been a private banker, a wealth manager, a financial advisor, a distributor, whatever you call it, for all my life, 25 years. And, I've gained quite a lot in that journey. And whenever I reflect on it, I always feel that, it is my moral responsibility to give back to the same society from whom I achieved so much over the past 25 years. And that's what I'm going to kind of discuss today. Just a quick background. I think she has already told you about me. But, I would like to thank all of you over here because this is the community which is actually changing India, right? Like if I go back 15, 20 years or 25 years back when I started my career, there was nothing like a SIP, there was nothing like mutual fund distribution business, it was nothing like that. And today the way the economy has evolved, both financially and socially, I think all of you sitting here needs to be thanked for that because you are the ones who have pushed your customers, you are the ones who have pushed your investors, to look at such an amazing investment opportunity which is India, and within India, mutual funds. So today's discussion, what I'm going to say is my 25 years of summary of, business which I have done across the industry, across the global geographies. I think the first and the foremost thing which differentiates success and failure is dream. How big you can dream. How big we think we can do. I'll give you one simple statistics and that will prove my point through. In India, mutual fund business has grown exponentially. Our economy is now going to be 5 trillion economy pretty soon. With all that landscape, if you look at it, there are only 1,500 mutual fund distributors who have more than 100 crores of AUM. Massive disconnect, massive disconnect. When I talk to my colleagues, my friends who are in the same industry, and their target is, I want to have 100 crores of AUM. And I think Prem also kind of mentioned that as his opening line, that I want to have 100 crores of AUM and then, I have arrived in life. Why 100 crores? Why not 1,000 crores? Why not 10,000 crores, right? If you see globally, okay, and I'll give you one parallel, India is the only country in the world where a priority bank has a wealth management division. It doesn't exist anywhere else. You go to US, you have wealth managers, which are ultra high net worth, serving providers, and then you have financial advisors, and that's it. They service the entire mass. So in US, 35% of the middle class, which forms the US economy, it's all serviced by financial advisors like yourself, right? So the reason why I'm saying we should dream big is because we should understand what potential we have. And I think this is a golden era for all of us. I consider myself as fortunate. I entered financial services industry in late 90s, early 2000, which was actually the kind of starting point of India. And my view is we have another 25, 30 years. So it's not only our generation, our next generation also is going to see that golden era going through, right? Because of the financialization of assets. So one of the biggest issue I see for all of us is we don't dream big. But unless you dream big, you can't achieve what you have potential, to achieve. Now, my motto of my company is that any financial advisor who can join us, we want to help them to grow 10x. Now, it's very nice to hear, right? I want to grow my business 10x, but it doesn't happen overnight. I can't just wake up in the morning next day and say that, okay, I'm going to do 10x of business, right? So there is a process which needs to be followed. I hope I'm not obstructing it. There is a process which needs to be followed to achieve that 10x number, right? The first and the foremost, which I believe for all of us, is continuous learning. Because today we are going and handling investors, right, who are not financially savvy. So the more intelligence we have, the better we will be able to service those investors. The second point is Why mutual fund distributors? And that's why, philosophically, I hate the term mutual fund distributors, because why one product distributor? All of us are such nice, financially savvy people. We should be calling ourselves, from a regulatory perspective, if you have to call distributor, then a financial products distributor, right? Each one of us should be Amazon of financial services. We all have done the hard work right. What is the most difficult for all of us, right, is to acquire a customer. Today, if you look at any private equity investor investing into any company, the first question they ask is, what is your cost of acquisition of a customer, right? Now, all of you are, in my words, I call you all as, myself also as community man, which means, jeena yahan, marna yahan. We are not a priority banker or a private banker who is going to change the job every 2 years, change the location every 2 years, and the focus is only to sell something today so that I can make my bonus tomorrow, right? We are here to stay. हम लोग जहाँ पे पैदा हुए हैं, हम लोग वहीं पे रहने वाले हैं, वहीं पे हम लोग, हमारा generations भी grow होएगा. And that the customer also knows it. So the irony of the matter is all of our customer come to us, seek advice कि लोन किससे लेना चाहिए, इंश्योरेंस किससे लेना चाहिए, एजुकेशन लोन कहाँ से लेना चाहिए, but then they end up going and executing the trade to a bank. Why not us, right? So the second point which I want to highlight is we should have continuously be expanding our services, and philosophically we should call ourselves as financial products distributor and not a mutual fund distributor. I hope all of you agree with me, because whoever I have talked to, I think I consider their financial acumen higher than what I have of mine from an understanding perspective, right? So why only one product? And the last thing is building a brand. This, according to me, is the most important thing for all of us. And that's why at Wylth also we promote a concept that why you want to go under someone, right? Because end of the day, the brand is what it matters. And one of the key reasons for that, it's not still happening in India, but it's our endeavor that at some point in time we'll be able to make it, is mergers and acquisitions among financial advisors. So today, if you are a chartered accountant doing mutual fund distribution business, have let's say 50 crore, 100 crore of AUM, getting a 1 crore of revenue, in a lot of those cases, your children are studying abroad, they are not interested in your business. What happens then? You go and tell your customer, sorry sir, I'm closing down my business. Why not you have an opportunity, if you have created a brand, to have an opportunity to sell your business? Because today any wealth management outfit, if you look at it, they get valued at 3%, 4%, 5% of their AUM. And most of your AUM, 90% plus of your AUM is in equity. So which means at least 5 to 6%. So if you're managing a 100 crore AUM, there's at least 6 crores of value, terminal value, which you can derive if you're selling your business. But that doesn't happen in India. Why? Because we don't create the brand. So that is what our motto also is, that sorry, over a period of time, to help this entire community to have their own brand, not to work for anyone, not to work under anyone, but to work for your own self, and to build that brand and to scale it up. So what are the key obstacles, we face in case when we are thinking that we want to, okay, slide 1, slide 2 are great, I can start dreaming big, I want to create my business 10x, but it's not a linear curve, it's going to happen, right? You're going to face all these obstacles. The first obstacle, if we can resolve, which is our own mindset, because we are our own, if you see, we restrict ourselves or limit ourselves, because we start celebrating at a number, which number is not the great number for one to have it, right? So that shift is very, very essential. And the other reason why it is required is in the next 10 years, what you're going to see is your customer profile is going to change. I'll give you an example. When I started my career, the first thing I wanted to do was save money and buy a house, right? And when I bought a house in 2002, 70% of my salary was going in servicing in EMI. Fast forward today, all my youngsters in my company, whom we have recruited freshers from the college, in last 1 year, most of the money they have saved has gone into SIP. Each of those kids, and I was shocked when I saw those numbers, each of those kids have between 3 lakh to 5 lakh of SIP actual value today, market value today, right? Now just think of it, fast forward when the same kid over next 15 years, when they would become like say 35 in the mid 30s, they would all have a couple of crores of portfolio, right? And that's the kind of client set you are going to service. And their requirement, their perspective is very, very different than what your current client set requirement. Your current client set is people like us, who have earned money the hard way, and our thought process is in a very different way. And that's why it's very, very important for us, to change our mindset. The second thing is you need to plan for the next 5 years. Very easy to say, very difficult to do, right? Number is going to happen. So I always tell people that बस इंडिया में अभी बारिश हो रहा है, इतना घमासान बारिश हो रहा है, आपका अगर बाल्टी लेके आप खड़े हो, बाल्टी में होल भी है तो भी बाल्टी भर जाएगा. What it means is that the financialization of asset which is happening is so humongous that we just have to stand there. We don't have to be Einstein, or we don't have to be kind of, let's say, a Prem who is great orator and whatever, right? We can be a normal, ordinary person. We'll still make huge amount of money, right? From a management perspective. And the last thing is community and support. And I'll give one example, of Pune. My first event I did it in Pune, with the help of some of, very dear friends, advisors there. And I was shocked to see, like I come from a wealth management background. In my mindset, one RM doesn't share the data or what he is doing or what interesting thing he is doing with his customer to the other RM of the same company. Forget about the other company. Here I land in Pune, and then I see, all these distributors talking about different strategies, something which worked for them, even openly talking about that this client, did this and it was good and so on and so forth. And I was shocked. So I think within the financial advisors or financial distributor community, the community and the support level I think is amazing, which was an eye-opener for me. Because I never thought, because at the end of the day you are still a competitor, right? If in Pune or in Ahmedabad or in Bombay, if there are two IFAs, then both of them are competing for the same business. But I think that unity and support is something which, this is an obstacle which I believe is almost overcome in India. It doesn't happen anywhere else, right? So, the key part for us to achieve what we want to achieve boils down to the one thing which all of you would have been reading every day. Yesterday, NVIDIA came with their result, which was a crazy result. And, they've been growing like at an insane number. So, it all boils down to technology, right? How can you become a 1,000 crore IFA? Today, it doesn't matter what level you are in. When we started IIFL Wealth in 2008, we started from zero, or the backdrop of financial crisis. And today, it is what it is, right? So, there is no difference between that or Julius Baer and you as an individual. Because in both cases, the AUMs are built by the individuals only, right? It's an RM, end of the day. So, technology-wise, if you find a technology which can give you everything you need from a 360-degree perspective, it's not a mutual fund software, it's not an insurance software, it's not a loan software, it's not an analytics for which I go to Morningstar and buy the subscription. One platform, one software which gives everything and helps you to expand your business. That is what will take you to that 1,000 crore, right? And at Wylth, that is what we are here to build. So, basically, it's a dream of growth. I'll just fast forward because I can see I have only 1 minute, to say. And I always tell everyone that always aim for a moon. What if you fail? You will still land up in stars, right? The biggest problem with most of us is we keep our target so low, we achieve it, and we are happy and we celebrate it. That, according to me, is worse than dreaming something massive and then failing for it, because you're still reaching at a much higher level, because your effort is there to go to that level. This is just a quick thing about us. We are probably the only Indian platform today which is certified by Singapore FinTech Association. I am personally a firm believer of the fact that quality matters a lot. We are probably the only institution today where I, as a founder and a CEO, every financial advisor who is associated with us have an access to me. I personally talk to everyone, irrespective of the size, whether you are a 1 crore financial advisor or you are a 450 crore financial advisor. Because I believe that a 1 crore financial advisor today can become a 1,000 crore advisor tomorrow. So if I partner and handhold him or her, then it's going to be, when he or she becomes a 1,000 crore IFA, they're never going to forget us, right? So just a short about us. We have a booth outside. My colleagues are there. I am there. I'll be happy to kind of meet with you over lunch or whatever. But thank you so much for patiently hearing me. Thanks, Prem and Cafe Mutual team for having me here. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Amit, for a wonderful talk. Can I request you to remain on stage for a few more moments?